She was a queen, a diplomat, and a lover whose name has echoed through millennia. Cleopatra VII was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, a woman of intelligence, charm, and political skill who captivated the greatest leaders of Rome. Her life was marked by ambition, passion, and tragedy, a story of power and survival in a world dominated by men. This is the story of Cleopatra, a woman who defied expectations and changed the course of history. Chapter 1. Born into Power. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE into the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander the Great and the division of his empire. Raised in a world of luxury and education, Cleopatra was fluent in multiple languages and well-versed in philosophy, literature, and politics. She was reportedly the first Ptolemaic ruler to learn the Egyptian language, a skill that helped her connect with her subjects and present herself as a true Egyptian queen. Her early life was shaped by family intrigue. The Ptolemaic dynasty was notorious for internal rivalries and power struggles, often among siblings. Cleopatra's father, Ptolemy XII, struggled to maintain control as Roman influence over Egypt grew. When he died, Cleopatra and her younger brother Ptolemy XIII inherited the throne, but ruling together would prove deadly. Chapter 2. Struggle for the Throne. Cleopatra's co-regency with Ptolemy XIII quickly dissolved into conflict. Political factions in Alexandria favored the young king, and Cleopatra found herself ousted and exiled from the capital. The tension escalated into civil war. Cleopatra's forces clashed with those loyal to her brother, and the kingdom was thrown into chaos. It was during this turmoil that Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, pursuing his rival Pompey during Rome's civil war. In a bold and unforgettable move, Cleopatra had herself smuggled into Caesar's presence, reportedly rolled up inside a carpet or a linen sack. This dramatic meeting changed everything. Cleopatra impressed Caesar with her wit, charm, and intelligence, securing his political and military support. Chapter 3. Alliance with Julius Caesar. With Caesar's backing, Cleopatra reclaimed her throne, defeating Ptolemy XIII's forces at the Battle of the Nile. She was restored as queen, ruling alongside her younger brother Ptolemy XIV, whom she controlled politically. Cleopatra and Caesar's alliance quickly turned personal. She became his lover and gave birth to their son, Ptolemy XV, popularly known as Caesarion. This connection tied Egypt's fate closely to Rome's future. Caesar's presence in Egypt was a clear signal of Rome's growing influence over the ancient kingdom. Cleopatra traveled to Rome, where she stayed in Caesar's villa, impressing Roman society with her intelligence and regal presence. Yet, her time in Rome was short-lived, and political tensions back home in Egypt awaited her return. Chapter 4. The Rise of Mark Antony. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Rome descended into chaos once again. Cleopatra returned to Egypt, determined to protect her son's claim to the throne. Her new alliance was with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's closest allies, and a powerful Roman general. Their relationship was both a political alliance and a passionate romance, united by shared ambitions to shape the future of the Mediterranean world. Together, Antony and Cleopatra sought to establish a new Eastern empire, one that could rival the power of Rome itself. Cleopatra provided vast wealth and resources, while Antony brought military strength and political influence. Their partnership was seen as a threat by Rome's rising power, Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir and eventual Emperor Augustus. Chapter 5. The Battle of Actium. The rivalry between Antony and Octavian culminated in the naval battle of Actium in 31 BCE. Antony and Cleopatra's forces were decisively defeated by Octavian's fleet, marking a turning point in Roman history. Following their defeat, Antony and Cleopatra retreated to Alexandria, their power rapidly waning. The once mighty queen now faced the collapse of her kingdom and the loss of her political dreams. Octavian's forces soon besieged Alexandria, bringing the final chapter of Cleopatra's reign into view. Chapter 6. The Fall of a Queen. In 30 BCE, with defeat certain, Antony committed suicide after a false report of Cleopatra's death. Cleopatra followed shortly after, choosing death over capture by Octavian. Legend tells us she allowed a venomous asp to bite her, though the exact details remain uncertain. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty and Egypt's long era of independence. Egypt was absorbed into the Roman Empire as a province, and Cleopatra's story became a symbol of the end of an ancient world. Chapter 7. Cleopatra's Legacy. Cleopatra's legacy is complex. She has been remembered both as a seductive femme fatale and a brilliant political leader. Her intelligence, diplomatic skills, and determination made her one of the most powerful women of the ancient world. She navigated a male-dominated political landscape with savvy and resilience. Artists, writers, and filmmakers have been fascinated by her for centuries, from Shakespeare to Hollywood. But beyond myth and legend, Cleopatra was a queen who fought to preserve her kingdom and her people during times of great upheaval. Her story challenges us to see beyond stereotypes and understand the true depth of her character. Closing thoughts. Cleopatra was more than just a ruler or a lover. She was a symbol of a changing world, a bridge between Egyptian traditions and the rise of Rome. Her life, filled with drama, power struggles, love, and loss, continues to captivate historians and audiences alike. Through her story, we glimpse the complexities of leadership, identity, and survival in a world on the brink of transformation. Cleopatra's name endures, not only in history books, but in the imagination of generations to come.